Right, just going to show you a real simple step tube. Now there's a lot of tube fly systems out there that part A goes into part B and part C, and then the cone goes on, everything fits nice and neat. If you've noticed with any of our goods, it takes a little imagination to make everything work together, but a lot of our customers like that. I'm going to start with our Scandinavian tubing here, large diameter speckled stuff. I'm just going to cut it with our plastic tube cutter. So you could go ahead and tie right on that tube, nothing wrong with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to melt one end, nice and even, so I'm going to twist as I put it next to the flame. So look at that nice little ridge on the back. Now, the biggest complaint with tube flies is, or one of the biggest complaints, is you end up with a tube that has a really huge head, big thread head on the front. To avoid that, and also if you want to add any cones, ultralight monster cones or regular monster cones or any tube cone at all, you need to add small diameter, either liner tube or Scandinavian style tubing, onto this pattern. So all I'm going to do is take the small diameter Scandinavian plastic tubing, push it into the speckled tubing. Now you'll notice it's pretty tight. You don't need a lot of glue. You don't need any glue, I should say. I never use glue. But if you push, and you basically just keep pushing until you can't push any harder. And it may go to the back of the fly. You can see this one's gone to about here. Right? And now if you try pulling out, it does not pull. So the need for glue is not there. Then all you can do is just cut wherever you want to here, and you've got what we call a step tube. Okay? There's other companies out there that have actually molded tubes that are essentially the same thing, but we leave it up to you if you want to have speckled tube or a different color tube up here. Everything's in your hands. So now we've got the step tube. All we need to do is put our tapered pin in, or vice adapter, whichever. I'm using the small tapered pin just because the front of this is small diameter Scandinavian tubing. And I got to put it in a little bit carefully just so we grab that small diameter tubing and push back. Okay, so now let me just zoom in here a bit. You got that large diameter plastic tubing, then down to a small diameter. So now you can have a small head there if you're tying, or if you want to add a cone, whether it be a regular cone. Okay, after your pattern's done, it slides right on. It wouldn't slide onto the fat stuff, the large stuff. It will slide onto the small stuff. Or if you want to add these are our ultralight cones. It's a nice metallic blue one. You can add that way too. So essentially, if you add that to any style of our tubing, you'll be able to get cones on. Okay. The best part is the small Scandinavian tubing, or the liner tubing, which is essentially the same thing, just clear. It will fit any of our hybrid tubes as well. Okay. So a liner tube or small Scandinavian tubing will fit all cones and fit fit all of our hybrid tubing.